All right. First and foremost, so we're going to say all praises be to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakah, Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. And shalom to the sincere elect teaching the truth in faith and sincerity, man. Right? And, so what we're going to do is just go into some scriptures and just prophesy, this kingdom of Esau coming to an end, man, because right now his elites and like agendas and plans are all being exposed, man. And even though he has plans to have everyone here with their mark, chipped and stuff, they will get to a certain kind of stage and level, but they won't achieve it completely, man.
I've got
You know what I
something
mean?
for you.
So let's just bring out some scriptures anyway. Go ahead.
This is Job 20:4. It says, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment."
And then the precept to that is Job 9:24, because even him ruling is down onto the Heavenly Father's will. You know what I mean? The same way he gave Esau the power is the same way he's gonna
Take it away.
take him out of power, man.
Yep.
Because really, the only kingdom and rulership that's prophesied to rule eternally is us.
Yep.
The
The kingdom of Israel.
kingdom of Israel, man.
Everlasting kingdom.
Everlasting. So that's why in Psalms
Not
2,
like this place, man.
exactly,
This place wasn't prophesied to go on forever, man.
which is Psalms 49 says.
But you see these people,
they
they
heart that it shall continue, forever.
You see these Jakes, they go on like this place is gonna go on forever, man. As well,
Yeah.
they side with Esau.
They side with Esau.
They want the deals. They want to, they're still. You got
comfortable in slavery, man.
comfortable in slavery, man. You got all this hell that's gone on over the past few years, and you got these Jakes. They're just still trying to make it with all this racism issues, and you'd think that never doesn't exist, man. But
It's true.
just shows you where we're at. It's Egypt.
Egypt.
So it says that the triumphing of the wicked is short and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though he's
And Esau's a hypocrite. The scripture says that Satan transformed himself to an angel of light. Here is this guy goes around earth and stealing from people. Like every nation can tell you a story of when Esau came and fucked them up. You know what I mean? Even they try and put themselves up as the people of God. You know what I mean? But then when they've actually gone around earth killing everyone. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds.
Yeah, so that's talking about his pride. But then even as far as their space stations and stuff, their space, because that's why they think that when the Lord comes back, that they actually go on basically stand a chance against him. But that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. That's that pride, man.
That's the pride, and so
Their
why
weapons and stuff.
They guess what? But that's why they're proud, because they was blessed with the sword, man. Because remember you had that guy, what's it called? Oppenheimer was speaking about it. Remember, he's like, "I'm become death to destroy worlds."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why is that though? That's because of their sword. You know, because of their pride.
Their blessing.
Yeah, which is what they. Yeah, that's their blessing.
Their blessing.
And then even them being a rulership is part of their blessing.
Yeah.
But it was for a time.
Yep.
For an appointed time, because
And that's why America is like going down, right? But America's still the strongest country in the planet.
Yeah.
It's going down, but it's still the beacon of everyone follows it.
Yeah.
Here's America. We know that it's going down, America, and it's Babylon the Great, right? And it's on its way out. But it's still like basically the powerhouse of the earth.
It is. It's called.
Because the Lord set it up that
Yeah.
way. That's the point, really, innit? The Lord,
The hammer of the whole earth.
yeah, the hammer of the earth, but then the Lord's got it where it's prophetic, where till he brings it down, that's the place of the earth. That's the ruler,
Yeah,
you know?
it's true.
So, it's set up that way, man.
Set up that way.
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
So it says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he?
Yeah, and it really, that as well applies onto to the elites, man, because it's really them that has power on the earth. You know, like Esau, of course, have the power, but really, it's really those that are in rulership, man.
Yep.
You know, they're
The banking families.
Yeah, those 13 banking families, the DuPonts, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. You know, in such so those are the ones that actually really have the power.
Yep.
You know, and those are the ones that are trying to have everyone chipped, right? And have plans to fight against the Lord and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, those are the ones who have their underground bunkers.
The Illuminati, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they call them in
That's
this
what
world.
they call themselves.
Nah, that's everywhere, man. That word.
Yeah, but
Illuminati
that's because
secret
they're
societies.
being exposed, man.
Yeah.
Just the time with them being exposed, man.
Yep.
But right now, as we can see, they're like putting all things into place. Like even this food shortages, bro. A lot of these food shortages have been fucking engineered, man. You know,
Definitely.
in the past year, 2
I
years,
saw
or
something
so,
they were burning like.
burning down the food plants.
Yeah.
The other day, there was a plant that provides a lot of eggs in the States, just burnt down.
Yeah.
The planes that are crashing into them. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Then even remember like a year ago.
I see that, man. I see that. Some,
Yeah.
It was on like social media. It was
Yeah.
like,
a map of America, innit?
I know there was like farms burning.
Yeah.
You know, they were burning down farms, man.
Yeah.
Crops and stuff, man.
It's engineered, man.
Of course, man. You know.
And even remember the whole, remember during the pandemic.
Yeah.
You had the
Backlog of
tankers
yeah.
and stuff
Yeah.
that couldn't offload their goods and shit.
They're good. And then you had the backlog of fruit and veg that they were just destroying.
Yeah.
Remember?
Crops and that.
Which they couldn't distribute to restaurants, onions and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which affects them till this day.
In food supply.
Yeah, it affects them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you know. It's been, everything has been engineered, man.
Yeah. Yep. It says, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he?
Yeah, so that applies on to the whole the whole nation of Esau, because they're all gonna be cut off as a people, because it's sort of like with us and the 12 tribes. You have 12 tribes of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the top tribe of the 12 tribes is Israel, Judah.
Mm-hmm.
Them is Amalek, innit?
Yeah.
So they're like the top people of Esau.
Of Edom, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's them so-called Jews.
Yeah.
Which these banking families are so-called Jews.
Yeah, because Esau, I believe he had 12 sons as well.
Yeah, I believe it was called
the Dukes of Edom.
The Dukes of Edom.
Edom, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, exactly. But Amalek is the top of them, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
That's why they treat these other
People like beasts.
like white trash, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
or goyim. But they you know, so that's, you know, we say the word white trash, but that's how they treat their own people,
Yeah.
the lesser of their people, like the, you know what I mean, that are not
Yeah.
so-called Jews and that.
Yeah.
That's why even amongst the so-called white man, even the so-called Jews, the average so-called white people hate them.
Hate them.
Imagine that, man. But
if
you're the
Satan
same people.
If Satan be divided against Satan, then how can his kingdom stand?
Yeah, they're the same people, but their own kind don't like them.
Yeah.
You know?
Because which is again according to prophecy, Satan be divided against Satan, because a lot of these like bugged out Edomites with guns is them making the videos on YouTube exposing himself. It's other Edomites exposing Esau. You know, but that's all like all a part of prophecy, because all these elites, their like major plan is to have everyone chipped and everyone in slavery, and enslave everyone, and exterminate the Israelites. That's really that's their plan. You have something called the Georgia Guidestones, where it's to maintain population under 500 million.
Yeah.
Right, and then in perfect balance with nature. So that's why, you know, even in recent years, they've been pushing that whole nature and our carbon footprint, which is all cap. It's all a lie. Like now, I even saw something that they're basically trying to put a
climate change and all this
basically
stuff.
they're trying to put a carbon tax on cows and sheep, because apparently it's the cows that are contributing to global warming. But the climate changes every day. So what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know, and again, you know, if you go in these sites like the Odyssey and stuff, you know, you can just type carbon tax hoax or climate change hoax. You find a lot of videos on that shit. That the climate changes every day. What are you talking about? You know? Blood.
Yeah.
And brother, you know it's interesting as well. The plants actually need carbon to actually help them grow.
Yeah.
So that's like, you know, with people, we take in the oxygen and we exhale the carbon. And the plants, the trees actually they
filter it.
Yeah. So when the trees have more carbon, it helps them grow, bruv.
Yeah.
So how can it be? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know,
he's a liar, the father of lies.
He's the father of lies, man. But he's likes to knock the natural balance of everything, man.
Yeah.
That's his thing, man. Even like a lot of these trees, it's summer now.
Yeah.
But why don't we see any bees?
Yeah, you see?
We hardly seen any bees, man. And then even the other day I was at home and then there was like a few flies and that came in, like, you know, like you leave the window open, but they look dead.
Yeah.
I remember back like 10 years ago, if you used to see a bee,
so like Isaiah 24, isn't it?
If you saw a bee, you know, 10 years ago, the spirit of the bee was like strong.
Yeah. But even
you think it's gonna sting you.
Yeah.
Now you see them. There was a wasp the other day came in the house, man, and it was tired. Like it looked tired.
Yeah.
But I know what it is as well, is that Esau's, like, most of the trees that they've planted in that is like, it's like all mostly female trees.
Yeah, I remember that information on why we're affected by pollen.
Yeah, because there's no male and female trees mating.
Cross pollinate, yeah.
That's where you get, because obviously with the pollen, then you get the bees.
Yeah.
You know, that's when they work.
Yeah. I remember
basically, but it's just
video.
it's like mostly female trees planted.
Or something like that. Yeah, I remember that. I got a quick one. This is Isaiah 24. Salakia.
Yeah, the bees look all weak in that if you see them, man. If you even get to see them now, because you don't even, you barely see them.
Yeah. Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do a languish. And it's funny, you know now they've got like a mental health problem called languishing. It's actually called that.
Okay.
It's like it ain't suicidal. It's not like you're depressed. You're just in a languished state. Like you're just not ambitious about anything in the world no more. So there's actually a mental health term for that. It's called languishing.
Yeah, bro.
And it started.
Is that what they're actually diagnosing people?
Yeah.
On the paper it says languishing.
Yeah.
Before it would be like schizophrenia or now you're diagnosed with languishing.
Yeah. It says here. Are you languishing? Ultimately, the languishing isn't a health condition or clinical illness like anxiety or depressions. Instead, it's a state of some of us can find ourselves stuck in, such as wasting away, deteriorating.
But that's what's happening in this world, man.
Yeah.
That's why when it read that in Isaiah, you know, the earth is languishing because that's what's going on. It's deteriorating.
Yeah.
The carbon footprints and
Which is all a lie.
it's all lies, but it's deteriorating under Esau, man.
Yeah, and
You know, people are just dying. You know, like the fucking morale is just the morals of the world are gone, bro.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as morals anymore, man. The only morals is amongst the brotherhood, man, the Akyam that believe. Because the morals of this world are gone, bro.
It says this, yeah.
People are just fucking killing each other at all-time highs.
Yeah.
You know, women, you see women murdering each other, man.
Yeah.
You know, fucking, you know, people road rage.
Road rage.
No one has any respect for the youngsters don't respect the elderly anymore.
Yeah. Well, we're just now.
Big
like,
effects in society,
well,
man.
well, even if you just see the spirit of the place, bro, like, bro, everyone's accepting transgenders nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, there is actually no more sense of like, that's right and that's wrong. Now everything can be right.
That's gone.
Like everything. Like if someone wants to went around the city of London and licked fucking old chewing gum off the floor, it could become a movement.
It
could become we eat old chewing gum on the tables and on the bus stops, and we don't see why.
There's anything wrong with it.
And people justify that shit.
Yeah, big time.
It's okay. It says that. Remember the symptoms, the state of mind I mentioned, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says the symptoms include burnout, no motivation, and numbness. And that's so the earth is languishing. They got a mental health state.
Yeah.
It says it's not a mental health illness, but can be helped by attending therapy.
And numbness, you know.
And numbness.
Can we get paid to do that? I want to go to the doctor. Doctor, I'm struggling with language. Like that.
It says,
I
feel.
Can we get paid? Doctor, I think my head's telling me language, something like that. You know, is there any chance we can get some money off this, or not even paid, but you don't know, because if you got an illness, you can get you know, the benefits. Look, man, we're suffering from something called language, doctor, man.
It says
I'm depressed.
Feeling.
It
says feeling unsettled or an overall lack of interest in life, or the things that typically bring you joy.
Yeah, bro.
And that's in the scriptures. That's out of the scriptures.
That's out of the scriptures. But it says the earth languisheth, man. So that's So it shows you that's
in the scriptures.
The earth, the people, everyone just done, man.
The plants, the animals.
Everyone just threw. The plants, the animals. Everyone just threw, man. Everyone's catching hell, basically. You know, and even with us, the scripture says in Revelation, we didn't love our lives unto death. The brothers that believe, right? It says they love not their lives until. So even us, we're like
dead, we're actually dead to this world.
Yeah, so we're just dead.
Shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Yeah, man. So even every day you wake up, you're in this realm. It's like that. It's like, fucking hell, man. Like, what the fuck am I doing here, man? But we understand why we gotta be here, because you're set up to teach, Lord willing. But it's like, what the fuck? What are we doing here, man? Right, go on, right?
It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. So that's why the earth is defiled, and it's defiled because of the ones who are ruling. It says defiled under the inhabitants. No, listen. This earth isn't defiled because of everyone. It's because of Esau. He put things into place that are cancerous onto the earth, man, and destroying the earth, bro. Like you know if you watch these like documentaries on how certain foods are made, like you know they got that program on Netflix that shows like what's that program that shows how like avocados are made and jeans and it's on Netflix, man. Rotten, I think it's called. Where when we go to the brother's house, he always puts that documentary on Netflix. It shows you how the avocados
it's like
and
quick history.
and it shows you how the amount of water needed to make avocados and our food. And it just shows you, man, that it's defiled because of Esau, man. It says, therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. So the scripture's saying, like, basically the earth is defiled.
Is that the one which shows you, like, even like how China built up and things like that? Yeah. How they built up
that's what it's called.
Okay. Oh, Salak, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's. And then the actual name is, it showed up China, how it was built up.
Yeah,
and how
quick
became rich, and what they brought to the earth, the smog.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's called, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
On Netflix, it's a good show. The new wine mourneth, the vine languish, all the merry-hearted do sigh. So you know, a couple years ago, like 2018, that party spirit.
Yeah.
Toast. Let me get that.
Blessings out in life. Remember that song?
You may thank God for the journey.
Blessings in life.
I think that's when that came out. That was like the song of the summer, bro.
I remember I was working.
Everywhere you went, just people just. Let me give thanks to the blessings, all that shit. Now you don't even hear that shit no more, man.
It's done, man.
Now, like, honestly, especially in London, you know, when you're driving around, these people look like they're crackheads, bro. Yeah, people look like every second they're about to stab someone. Yeah, they're bugging out, man.
They're gone, bro.
Because it's faded, man. It says the mirth,
languish, isn't it?
Yeah, the mirth.
They're mentally ill. Because even all these people, even without taking medication, they're mentally ill.
They're mentally ill, bro.
You know, they're deranged,
That's why fucking everyone's accepting everything wicked.
Which a mental illness is demons.
And demons.
They got demons on them.
Love wickedness.
Like, yeah. So
that's why everyone's gay now.
Yeah.
Everyone's tranny. It's everywhere. I'm a young man. I've never seen it this bad in my life, bro.
It's all over the gas.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Even when us lot was kids, it's like, remember when we was kids in primary school? You didn't even think of faggots. Yeah. You didn't even think of them.
It was there, but
it was like
it wasn't prevalent. It wasn't as much in the media. You know,
and then
it was more subtle.
It was subtle.
Yeah.
Or they would push into a corner. Now they dominate. Now you might see a rough nigga.
Oh yeah, and
he's a batty boy.
And I was checking even earlier on. I was on the cab thing, Uber, and they had the Uber. You know, like when you see the map and it shows you where the cars are.
Yeah.
And it had them all like mini rainbows.
Oh wow.
Even on that.
Wow.
So it's like, which obviously the rainbow, we know what it is, but you know what? We know why Esau's pushing that.
Yeah.
You can't escape it, man. You know, it's blatant now, man. And even the other day, you had Ray J come out, and did you see that?
Oh yeah.
You know, come on, man.
Supporting the pride.
Which he's already in that world anyway, but he was, you know, coming out and promoting it heavy.
Yeah, it's true.
So that Sodom and Gomorrah spirit is like, it's like that lewdness is blatant now.
Yeah. And that's really,
you know,
that's been pushed to like have people under control. Yeah. Because if people can accept being a faggot, then they'll accept fucking anything.
Yeah.
This is Ecclesiasticus 10:1.
Yeah, because if you'll accept, you know, your son becoming that way, and you know, that's my boy. That's what a lot of these people are on now. You know? Or you might have a dad and his kid in the back of the car, or might look outside and it's two women holding hands. Daddy, what's that? You have to accept them.
Yeah.
Telling his children, you got to understand people like that. You know, people are like that.
But it's really for control, though.
Yeah.
That's because all these elites ain't pushing just being gay just cause.
No.
They're pushing it for control's sake.
Well, them elites, they don't believe in that. They know it's wrong according to the Bible. They know they push it to the goyim because it's degenerate behavior,
and it leads them to control. Because
man.
Because if you can accept this wickedness, you're gonna accept that wickedness. Which the ultimate wickedness is the chip. It's all leading to the chip.
Of course.
Let me read this, bro.
Go on.
It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of his people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of the ruler of the sea is, such are all they that dwell therein. A wise and unwise king destroyeth his
That's
people.
your elite, man, right there, man. However they think is what trickles
Yeah.
down to society, not
Yeah.
to us per
Yeah.
se, but the world we live in.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
they
Because
feed you what you.
yeah.
They feed you. They educate you in this world. You know, when you think about school, 90% of what you learn was bullshit. You know, in school, what the fuck did you learn? Nonsense, lies. So they educate you, they feed you, you come out into the system, you work for them, you learn to be a worker bee for them. You know, it's all control, man. So however they think is what they put into us on a level here. Not per se the brothers that believe, but just us being in this world, man. 2/3, and you just fed all the lies that they push out there, man. Go ahead, Dak.
This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his Maker. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that have it shall pour out abomination. So that's why this month is Pride Month. But it says the pride starts when your heart is turned away from the Most High.
Yeah.
So that means they push pride to make you turn away from the Most High to open you up to their agenda.
Yep.
Like this again. These elites, although they drink blood and do certain lead shit, like in their media environment, their forefront isn't like being a trans. So their thing is about we want to control and cull the numbers.
Yeah.
So if we gotta push this shit on them, because remember the scripture says both the inward thought of them and the heart is deep, man. That's why they think of ways to research, to
go in,
to really get into your spirit, man. This just brings me to Psalms 64 and 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
Like we were saying, they don't believe in all that.
Yeah, bro, come on, man.
They don't believe in all that.
Like,
know?
they probably do shit, but they know that shit fucks you up, man.
Of course. Of
You know?
course. You
Like,
think they promote their sons to be
like
homosexuals
sexuals
and all that?
or even
or their
being
daughters
touched.
to, yeah.
Like, do you think like
Hell no.
Come on, man.
Hell no.
Like-
they know what that is, man. You
Like
know?
prime example is David D. Now he's probably popped a boy. He's probably done that. But do you think you think his ass is getting splitted in and screwing up his brain? Because you remember they actually do that stuff for the purposes of mind control.
Yep.
So they actually,
Of course.
and
Of course.
they actually use it to install demons in people.
Of course.
By actually getting up in their butt, man.
Yep.
And using them in mind control,
Rituals.
and shit.
Definitely.
So you know what I mean. But it's all for a goal, which is to have everyone controlling chip, man. So that's why in schools they're trying to teach these kids to accept fucking everything.
Yep.
Like, you know how wicked it is now. Now you
And
can't
they're
have a
accomplishing
sense
that, man.
right now on this earth. You can't have a sense of what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
So if tomorrow if someone says implant a chip and pay, but if that's what people want to do, if you crash the whole global system of finance and money, and you say, well, the only way you can accept, and things will be alright for you is if you take the chip. You know what people are gonna do? They're like, well, if that's what we gotta do and that's how it's gonna be,
That's what we gotta do then.
that's what we
And all
gotta
that.
do then. So that's why I say
Not even not even like yeah. Well, that's it. That's true. That's what they're gonna do, bro. And you gotta have some people that it is in the Bible. We shouldn't do that, but we gotta do it anyway
because
we ain't gonna be able to eat the pressure.
Yeah. And then,
we ain't gonna be able to eat when we.
or then people say, but like, is the Bible even true? But that was in the Bible times.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they say.
Yeah.
And those
that big
mentalities
time.
come from where? Come from these elites. That's what they fucking push in schools.
Yep.
Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Yeah, that's King David, isn't it?
Yeah,
right?
King David.
Khan.
But he's speaking in spirit.
Yeah, he's speaking, but he's speaking like now, isn't it?
That's what he's speaking about.
Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, man. That's what we say, man. You know, we want to be hidden from these, you know, their secret councils, man. We want to basically to be protected.
Protected, yeah.
In this time, which hopefully we will be. You know, that's their Illuminati, the agendas, and we are being protected because there's a lot of things that these devils have done, but we haven't fell victim to it. You know, brothers ain't, you know, Lord willing, brothers ain't had the yabs in them. Anything Esau's pushed that we know is against the scriptures, we've, you know, not did it. So that's a form of protection. But obviously, ultimately, we don't want to fall victim to getting them yabs, not the yabs, the MOTB, man.
Yeah.
That's the main one.
That's the main one.
Yeah, man. That's the hour of temptation we're coming to now, you know? Yeah.
It says, who wet their tongue like a sword and bend their bow to shoot their arrows, even their bitter words. That's their agendas, man. You know, their NWO like agenda, bro. And if you go into a lot of this research, you realize every level of our lives in our society has been engineered to be that way. Like these flats, the school system, what they teach, the food, the TV, what goes on TV,
piled on top of each other.
Like it's like they've engineered how people should think. It's funny, like you know, there's people that think that their type of thinking is like, oh, this my independent, bro. You was given that shit. You know, like a prime example is a person that's like a vegan, but not just a normal vegan. Like I'm just doing it for the benefits of, you know, my health. Like a actual radical vegan. They think, oh, this is carbon emissions and shit. So like a radical vegan will come to you and say, but it's to protect our planet.
Yeah.
It's to stop the carbon emissions.
Yeah.
And bro, like, hold on. Where did you get the information of the carbon emissions from? Well,
From E.
How did you know that you eating some chicken is harming the earth?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so they're coming to you with their bullshit, but they don't know it's been engineered that way.
Yeah.
Or even this LGBT shit. You know what they'll say? They'll be like, there's studies done on gay lions. You'd be like, hold on.
Yeah, I've seen
You know,
that
like,
too, man.
Which is like really, it was they deprived them from sex and had them caged up for years, and then they ended up and they gave him some mind fucking altering drugs.
Then you get some dumb 2/3 that believes that.
Yeah.
It's gay lions, you know, and all that.
Yeah.
I'll be like, well, how do you know that?
How do you know? The studies done on it.
Exactly.
So
I've heard
that
dumb 2/3 tell me that back in 2013.
Yeah.
But then you know what? When they justify that, then you know what they do? Then they justify the people in the humans doing it.
Yeah.
Because it's in the animal kingdom.
You see.
So it must be cool here.
You see. So and then that then adds to the theory that we came from animals.
It all
You see?
It all interlinks.
Then
man.
now it's like, so what's wrong with getting chipped? You see, it's all a pathway.
It is.
So they've engineered their minds.
I remember the 2/3 told me that, like 2013. I was like, bruv, and I was coming in the truth these times. I was like, nah, bro, there's no such thing as that. It's like, no, I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I was like, bro,
they've been engineered that way.
And that's how I knew it straight.
Yeah. They've been engineered that way.
Yeah. And even before, I said to the one Jake, I said to him, look up there in the sky, there was like a plane going by. I said, man, they're poisoning us from the air. And he started laughing at me.
You see, that's why they're gonna die.
Another Jake was talking about the animal thing. You know, the light. I was like, bro, and you know, it's a disrespect to. He mentioned lions.
Yeah.
Oh, there's gay lions. I was like, bro, that's bullshit, man.
Bullshit, bro.
That's bullshit pushed out there for you to believe, man. You know, and then which is demonic. And then when I mentioned another Jake, look at that in the skies. It was early morning, man. Look at that, man. They're poisoning us. I said to him, this Jake, and you know them times you want to teach everyone.
Yeah.
And he laughed, bro.
Well, that's why they're gonna die.
And it was like a fucking jet just kind of spraying that shit.
That's why they're gonna die, bro.
You know.
And apparently,
laugh, bro. I was like, all right.
Apparently as
cool,
well,
man,
and
cool.
even on,
not then I weren't like, all right.
Yeah.
Then I was like, bro, can't you see that?
Yeah. But then,
now I'll just be like, all right, whatever, man.
But then,
you know
but then even on that point, which we'll have to get back to this, they even tried to say that jet shit helps to cool Earth because of the carbon and you see, Esau's a devil, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, it says
when it's nothing but like poisons and you know like it's like metal that's like
barium oxide.
Yeah.
Poison.
Which is basically like shards of metal as well, man.
Yeah.
Which is just like you can't see it.
It's up in your bloodstream, and your lungs.
Bro, do you know how crazy that is?
Let me read this, bro.
Go ahead.
And it says, "Who wet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows, shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly did they shoot at him and fear not." And the perfect is the 12 tribes of Israel, right? The scripture says the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth him.
Yep.
So that's why they're also called the accuser of thy brethren.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they basically push us to sin and then come say to the Most High, "See, what's going on?
Look.
So you're talking about you have a chosen people, but how comes they're going off?"
Yep.
You know.
Look how they're behaving and stuff like that.
They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, "Who shall see them?" And we just gave examples. See, all these schools of thoughts people have.
Yeah.
People think it's for a good cause, but then it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's to teach you to be
wicked.
More in line. Exactly, more in line with the NWO.
Yeah, to be more.
That's the schools, universities.
Yeah.
You know, these work environments, because even in work environments, you can be in a like a so-called manly job, a building site. They start pushing that on you there.
Yeah.
From the managers on down, they might start pushing you. You know what I'm saying? They start pushing. Oh, this is a new policy coming in.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna start making everyone wear rainbow hard hats. You know, some shit like that. That's stuff Esau does.
Yeah. Or even they push like independent thought and thinking outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically do what thou wilt, man, which is witchcraft, right? Which is a mentality they had right before the flood, man. People was doing anything they fucking want.
Yeah.
You know? But guess what? A time came where they got destroyed, man. It says they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. That's why when you research everything in this kingdom, you find a problem with everything. If you go you research phones and what they do to you, you find like 90 pages on on other sites of why you shouldn't have a phone.
Shouldn't have it by your ear.
If you go research the trousers you wear.
Yeah, we're just getting fried, man.
You go and research your fucking shoes and how the Apostle Aramna was speaking about how the souls and the inner souls are supposed to be and how they was made to basically fuck up your posture and shit.
Yeah, that's what we slumped up. But even when you take a dump, you're not supposed to sit like that.
You're supposed to squat.
You're supposed to, but
even when you give birth.
You're not. Yeah, exactly. You're supposed to have like your knees meant to be in a higher position.
Yeah.
Which then lets the bowels loose.
Yeah.
That's why when you see in you're not supposed to sit like you're sitting here and take a dump. Because they're blocked.
Yeah.
Because you see in like other countries, like in Japan and stuff, they got like
special baths.
Well, yeah, they've got like a Western toilet.
Yeah.
Then they'll have like the one where where you squat down, but you know, people who think, well, that's not the way to do it, but you get used to that. That's how when you do that, then the poo, the feces just comes straight out of the body. But the way we shit today, you sit on a toilet like this, you're used to that. You know, and you know you're it's like, you know, not to mention like that, but you get blocked up, bro. You know what I mean? You're really supposed to like that, because I think what happens is the small intestine, when you're sitting in that position where your knees the small intestine is in a position where it will release the feces. Yeah. It opens up. Yeah. But the way that's, you know, so everything's fucked.
Yep. This is Proverbs 29:2.
Even things like something as simple as like obesity. People ain't supposed to be obese. It's not simple. It's a demon. No, for real. You're not supposed to be like having these guts that, you know, these guts or tires on your stomach, and you're not supposed to be having that. That's like it's a demon. It's the food we're eating. It just clogs you. You know?
Can I read this, bro? Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And the obviously Esau as a sea is the wicked, but the ones who have power of them is the elites. And even what he was mentioning on the people's guts and that. Just do a little experiment, man. If your brother's watching this. Type in the food pyramid in the 1960s and 70s, and type in the food pyramid now, which has been updated. In the 60s and 70s, the food pyramid was carb based. So it was like basically they was pushing to have as much carbohydrates that makes you strong. So what that and then saying like oils and fat is bad for you. That's what they was pushing. So, but then that brought a whole trend of low fat this, low fat foods, and low carb this and low carb that. But people don't understand is that fat gives food flavor. So what eventually happened was this: the more fat they took out of the diets, they increased what in sugar, which caused diabetes, gout, inflammation.
Which a lot of them carbs become sugar anyway.
Yeah, which carbs and sugar is the same thing. When you eat the carb, it converts to your body as sugar.
Yep.
But if you go and do some research, these are food like the FDA, the Food and Drug
Administration.
Administration. But brother, a lot of these companies were backed and funded by the food companies that made the food, like Coca-Cola and such companies.
Yeah.
So that's how you know it's all a plan.
NWO companies, man.
And then on top of that,
fat ain't bad for you. Fat's
good for you.
Yeah.
Like not like
when
fat
you look at them
in terms of like, you know, like meat has the fat on it, not that fat.
Yeah.
But the actual fat.
Yeah, like from eggs, natural fats.
Yeah,
from
natural
eggs,
fats.
From nuts, from
avocados.
Exactly.
Stuff that's actually good for you.
Oil, like coconut oil, olive
oil. Yeah.
It's healthy.
But then as well, sorry, I wanted to make a point. But then as well, what that did was make food companies make people more sick. And then those people who were sick now go and get the drugs. So you got the Food and Drug Administration, they're all linked. They fucking make people more sick. They go and get the drugs, which makes them like addicted. And so it's to end this cycle of death, man.
That's right.
Sorry, that's all I wanted to say, bro.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, man.
So that's why it says when the righteous are in authority, people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule,
well, that's the thing mourn. The way they, even in this world where they trick you, that's why even all that mounds of rice and that, it's like filler, slavery food.
Slavery food, man. Yeah, it is slavery food when you think about it.
It's mounds of rice and then a little bit of veg and a little bit. Really, it's supposed to have a lot of vegetables and fruit.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the main source of your diet.
And then have some meat, mix up your meats and stuff. You know, like fish, veg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fish, red meat, and
in moderation,
a balance, man.
Moderation.
A balanced diet, man.
But then even on that, you know the point you're making in greens. remember as kids in cartoons, what did they always used to show?
Yeah.
Kids eating a piece of green. Nah, like, I don't want to eat the
broccoli. Yeah.
And that
Or the Brussels sprout.
and even me as a kid, I remember used to watch the cartoons and think about Brussels sprouts and broccoli. Like, nah, like I don't
want that.
And then now
Like that.
there's Jakes that us brothers know who we grew up with who never eat veg because of that shit in fucking cartoons and shit.
Yeah.
So both,
Just
that's
eat
why
pizzas
it
and
says
shit,
what
man.
both the inward forces of them and the heart is deep, man. This is all deep.
It's psychological, man.
warfare. Proverbs 29:16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increases.
Yeah, but when you
the
look at
righteous see their fall.
when the righteous see their fall, man, and we're gonna see the fall of this world, basically. The Esau, 2/3, the other nations here in Babylon, England, in Babylon, America. And when you look at them countries across the seas, the people ain't as obese as over here in England or over in America.
Yeah.
When you look at them people in like Europe, for example, they're thinner, man.
Yeah, even
Like I was even watching
yeah.
something. I'm sorry, I
You go ahead,
was
bro.
even watching something with them women from Europe, Eastern Europe, and they like focus on being like they know that their beauty is like the way they look and that.
Yeah.
So they take care of what they eat.
Yeah.
Whereas when you see here, you'll have a fucking, you know what I mean? A demon that's morbidly obese, but she'll have pride. Do you get what I mean? Because you see them women out in Russia and that and stuff. I've seen it, man. The woman was saying that, look, man, we eat healthy, we try our best to eat healthy out here, like over there. I've seen it in Russia and that, so they can look good and that. Basically, because the health being eaten a certain way ain't just good for your body, your inside, but also it makes you confident outside.
Yeah.
Not in a proud way, but you know what I'm saying.
I just wanna show this food pyramid onto the camera.
It's supposed to be fucking
right.
Nah,
bro.
Yeah.
Like, look at that, bro. Like, if you look at that food pyramid, bro, look, it's got the at the end of it is bread.
Yeah.
And then it's got how do you have bread and rice as the staple to veg? You got what you got there? You got bread, rice, and pasta, and then you got veg. And then you got cheese and chicken and
it's funny
that's
because
wickedness, man.
bread in the ancient world ain't the bread of today.
Because
Remember
now it's high in gluten.
Yeah, they're putting glue in it. They're putting
Which sticks
like
to your
in the
gut.
ancient world, you'd go to the baker in the morning and get some good quality stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's just, bro, they're probably putting like super glue in that shit, man.
It's not probably.
It's there. Facts. They're putting super glue up
Bro.
in that bread. Your what's the Hovis?
Yeah, and then
Kingsmill.
But that's why, like, if you compare the food pyramid of 2010 to like now it's saying half the plate is veg, then you got meat, and then a little bit of carbs. But back then in the 70s is when they started to fuck up the food supply. That's why if you look at old pictures of people in the 70s and people weren't that fat.
They were thin.
But it was the beginning, because remember, though that ascendeth into heaven, that's what I bring you down. So more changes in the world started from the late 60s to the 70s.
Yeah, drugs in society.
The rights movements, the LGBT started then.
Heroin,
drugs, all of that started in the 70s.
LSD.
But then guess what? What started off in the 70s destroyed the 80s, destroyed the 90s, and destroyed us further now.
Now look at it now.
You know what I mean? That's when people's mentality and state of quality of life began to fall. So I just had to show that,
Can't, man.
Let me get some more precepts, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll close up on this one, yeah?
We'll close up, man. This is Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations, right? And now, if you go into the word for Lucifer, it's light bearer, right? Which, you know, the what we call the morning star or the day star, which is the planet Venus, is Lucifer, right? Which is the when you look in the morning, you see that bright star. That's Lucifer, right? So that's why. So when it says about how art thou fallen from heaven or Lucifer, it's talking about light bearer, right? Which that's what they so now you obviously have like a group called what, the Illuminati, right? So, because they claim as if they have wisdom, but really it's darkness. So like in this verse, it's saying, if you got so much understanding and wisdom, why have you now come into a state of being low and falling down, right? So that's what it's talking about, man. Because really, the real ones with the light, you know, so that's us, man. Starting off with the Lord, man. You know.
Yeah.
So it says, how are that fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? That's why, you know, that's that first star in the morning. How are that cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? So again, it's saying, if you're so great and you've conquered everyone, why is it that you're now being cast down into slavery,
being brought down
low, man? For thou said in thine heart,
because you don't control yourself, man.
You don't control yourself.
You know, these international bankers, as wealthy as they are and stuff, right? All the gold vaults they have, they don't control themselves, man.
Yeah, that's right.
They're so proud where they think they do, but the Lord will, you know, he's gonna, because they know the Lord's real and he exists, but their pride, you know.
Yeah, but their pride having them think maybe they can supplant the Lord.
Yeah,
come around the back.
Yeah,
and it's not gonna happen, man.
Yeah.
It says, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation and the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. So that's what it's saying.
Yep.
That even though you're saying you're so great and you're so this, you know, you think
down.
That you're so wise. Now you shall be brought down, man. Right? They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble and to shake kingdom? That's Esau, man. So I ain't talking about. First of all, nowhere in the scripture does it say that this guy is some angel in heaven that was playing a music, and he was more attractive than all the angels. He was some beautiful angel with long hair that could play a harp, and that's it. There's nowhere in the scripture that says that, bro. There's no. Where does it say that he's an angel? It's basically talking about him being casted out of his rulership, man, and being brought down low, man.
Man.
Right? You know, it says that they shake it says the man that made the earth to tremble. So it's a man, it's an actual man that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof and opened not the house of the prisoners.
Yep.
All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out thy grave like an abominable branch. Because at the end of the day, all the other nations are going to get mercy and chill in their kingdom after serving the slavery. But you, Esau, you're going to be exterminated, man.
Be done away with, man.
And as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stones of the pit, and carcass trudging down under feet. You know, but then if you go to verse 21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. So that proves that man who, this is talking about men who've ruled on the earth, but they're gonna get their judgment, man. So,
yep.
so even though they put all these plans into place, but Esau doesn't even understand that him ruling is a part of the Heavenly Father's plans. He's so proud thinking he's of himself, but he's not. You know, so yeah, man, that's the point, man. even though they've planned and you know put certain things into
bro.
play
That's it.
into Earth, certain mind states and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's the Heavenly Father is the one that ruleth in the kingdom, man, and He gives it to whoever He wants, man. Right. So yeah. So that's it, man. You got anything else to say, bro?
That's it.
Right. With that, we're gonna say all praises be to
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakak, Kodash.
Double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Till next time, we'll say Shalom.
Shalom, Makiam.